Hi everyone, welcome to Pound Zero. My name is Amelia and this is my weight loss journey. Indiscretions this week. We'll start with that because there was a lot. Actually, I don't think I'm going to name them all. There was a lot. There was pizza, there was KFC, there was chocolate, there was chips. It wasn't a good week. It was not a good week. By Thursday morning, when I did my morning weigh-in, I was back up to 111 kilos point something. But it was a pretty drastic way up because I think it was merely days that took me to get there. And then on Friday, I started the Ketogenic Diet that I mentioned last week. And of course, I will put a link to the Diet Doctor website below, which is what I'm following mostly, or there is a whole bunch of forums and websites and whatnot out there. In the first day, I was back down to 109 point something. And of course, today when I weighed in, it's again much better. So at least for the first couple of days, I can honestly say that something's working. Or maybe it's just that I'm not eating all the crap that I was eating in the days before, and my body's just so the first day, the Friday, on the ketogenic diet, because there are rules, and I will touch on some of the rules a little bit later in this video. But of course, one of the main rules is that you don't eat unless you're hungry. Like, we are programmed from a very young age for this 3 meals a day plus snacks. Not always the healthiest choices that we make, but it's very much routine, very programmed into us. And this diet's just gone, no. You only eat when you're hungry because that's when you need fuel and food and sustenance. Eating before then is actually a detriment. Now, on the very first day, I had this little mantra in my head. It's like, don't eat unless you're hungry. I had a bulletproof coffee for breakfast, and that surprisingly, I mean, people tell me this stuff is good and will last you all morning. This thing actually does. Essentially, it's coffee, butter, and coconut oil in a nutshell. And this thing took me right through to lunch. Where things got a little confusing, I did start the diet on a Friday, which feels a little odd, but who says you have to start on a Monday? That's another one of those rules. I'm breaking the rules. I usually have lunch at about 12 o'clock anyway. Like, that's just my routine. And I had this mantra in my head, don't eat unless you're hungry. I'm in a rather enclosed office space. Like, it's still open plan, and there's probably like about 50, 60 odd people in this open plan office space, but it's walled off from all the rest of the office space. One of the areas down one end of the floor was having a curry lunch, where they had a variety of curries brought in slow cookers, and the whole team just kind of dived in and helped themselves. And the smell of this curry, why they did it in the office space and not in the kitchen is a little beyond me, but they did it in the office space, and the smell of it, like, it smelled amazing. I am a fan of curry, the sweet Thai curries as well as the hot Indian curries, and I do enjoy a good curry. The smell of this curry permeated the entire office space come 12 o'clock. I could not figure out for the life of me whether I was actually hungry or I was just smelling this food that was just wafting through the office as I sat down to my zucchini and walnut salad. That said, zucchini and walnut salad is pretty amazing. Don't knock it till you try it. So with that in mind, let's get on the scales. What are the scales telling me this week? It's good. It's not great, noting indiscretions, but it's good. So, just to recap, when I started the diet in the beginning of the year, I was 120 kilos or 264.5 pounds. Last week, when I weighed in at 109.2 kilos or 240.7 pounds. This week, after ducking back up into the 111s, such the wrong direction, over the course of 2 days, I have managed to drop myself down to 109 kilos on the nose, or 240.3 pounds. Yay! 9 kilos until my next mini goal. It's hoping this diet can get me there. That is a weight loss this week of 200 grams or 0.44 pounds, noting it probably could have been bigger if I hadn't gone up the scale before coming back down. Only cheat yourself, people. You only cheat yourself. And that's a total loss this year of 11 kilos or 24.2 pounds. All right. Eyes are on the next mini goal. 9 kilos. I can do this. So this ketogenic diet, there are a number of tips that you can follow, and I'm just going to read through a few of them now just to give you an idea of the type of diet that this is. And of course, their first tip, choose a low carb diet. Ketogenic is low carb, high fat. And let me tell you, when I eat fatty foods or oily foods, it pours out my skin. It is just phenomenal. I'm hoping this will subside a little bit as my body gets used to having this high fat, or maybe it'll make me look younger. Who knows? It's like natural moisturizing or something. So I am shinier than I would probably usually be. Of course, avoid sugar and starch like bread. This diet balks at every diet rule that has ever been created in the past. Doing the grocery load this week was rather quite uncomfortable as I was going for the whole fats options, like whole fat mayonnaise. There was nothing light in my trolley at all, and this is against everything I've ever been taught about a diet, which could be good, could be bad, but I feel just being so aware of it does make me feel like I've been conditioned to a degree. So maybe, if nothing else, damn the man. And of course, the more diets say, eat less, exercise more, calories in versus calorie out, calorie counting. This is what I was mentioning before. Eat when hungry. Don't be hungry, ultimately, as well. So don't eat too early, and don't let yourself starve. And don't be afraid of your fats either. Low carb and low fat does in fact equal starvation. So the idea here, not being afraid of fat, is eating natural fat. And by that they mean butter, full fat cream, olive oil, meat, fatty fish, bacon, eggs, and coconut oil. Avocados are also pretty good. And of course, always eat enough that you feel satisfied. Don't ever leave a meal hungry. Low carb diet means that the fat you eat will be burned as fuel by your body, as your levels of fat storing hormone insulin will be lowered. you'll become a fat burning machine. Rule number 3, eat real food. Another common mistake when eating low carb is getting fooled by the creative marketing of special low carb products. Don't buy into it, buy whole foods. Real food is what humans have been eating for thousands of years, or even better, millions of years, depending on your school of thought. I don't judge. So if you want to lose weight, you're better avoid the special low carb products that actually are full of carbs themselves. And the theory here is actually less moderation and more quality food in your diet. On this diet, some people have actually reduced themselves to 2 meals a day because their intake and I suppose their exercise and what they're burning doesn't need them to eat more than twice a day. So you really are only just eating when you're hungry. It seems pretty basic when you think about it. And they basically say, in summary, just to lose weight quickly and sustainably, eat when you're hungry, but only when you're hungry. Forget the clock and listen to your body. It actually does kind of make a bit of sense. So it is just going to be a short video from me this week. This is a quick catch up on what I'm doing and where I'm up to in my journey. Of course, if you like today's video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button on your way out. Links in the description are also to my Twitter account and my Instagram if you want to follow along. I am putting up a lot regarding this ketogenic diet journey as well. So pictures of the type of food that I'm eating, where I'm going. I know I've got something coming that's going to break the diet, but it's only 1 meal. Just get back on the wagon. And hopefully next week we will have a far greater improvement, having had at least a full week on the ketogenic diet. So until next time, be healthy and be good to each other. Bye. Of course, I had a bulletproof... Oh. So I say, I with a shoe. So come, I usually... It's a little more complex than that, but that's pretty much what a bulletproof... Come lunchtime, I did start a diet on a Friday. Oh. Mostly because why? What? For the sake of a diet. Back on the wagon.